Welcome to the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast, where we don't take from insurance companies. Here are your hosts, Mr. Jordan Comstock and Mr. Ben Tuine. This podcast is sponsored by BoomCloud Dental Membership Software, www.boomcloudapps.com, and Veritas Dental Resources, www.veritasdentalresources.com. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Navigating Dental Insurance Podcast. I am your host today, Jordan Comstock. I hope everyone is doing well and living the dream. Today, Ben is traveling, so I'm a lonely host today on the podcast. But I'm super excited today. Oh, and usually Ben likes to talk about the weather. So yesterday it was 75 degrees here in Utah, and today it's 35 and snowing. So it kind of sucks. But anyways, today I'm excited to have a guest on our show. I actually met this guest. His name is Jared from Dental Warranty. He's the CEO. And basically we met this last weekend at the Dental Success Summit that Mark Costes puts on down in Arizona, and we our booths were right next to each other, so we hung out and chatted with them, and I thought they were a good fit for our show. So Jared, man, welcome to our show. How you doing?
Good. Hey Jordan, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Where are you at? You're in Vegas, you said?
Just touched down in Vegas about 20 minutes ago, and kind of caught a quiet spot where I could jump on from you. So doing some Vegas for the next few days here. We're hanging out with some friends here at the with the American Sleep and Breathing Academy. So should
Nice.
be a good weekend. Yeah.
Nice, very cool. You guys do a lot of traveling there, it seems like.
We do. It's been a good thing. I think it's the best way for us to work with everyone and kind of spread the word about what we do and try and help out as many docs and kind of partner businesses as we can.
Right on, yeah. So can you tell the audience how did you get involved with Dental Warranty? And then we'll talk about what Dental Warranty is and everything. But how did you get involved? How did you get started in dentistry?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you sort of the Cliff's Notes of how
Totally, man,
all
that's
that
fine.
happened and kind of how I fell in the window. So I've been an entrepreneur my whole life and have found my way into some pretty unique opportunities and got into healthcare over 10 years ago with a company that was in some consulting, and we were bringing in medical devices, specifically in the surgical market, into the U.S. And the way we were doing it was pretty unique. So instead of pushing units, we were actually partnering with med spas and doctors who wanted to get into aesthetics, so medical aesthetics, and had qualified clients who wanted these types of new treatments. And then, of course, we had a good group of surgeons and practitioners who could do this stuff. So we kind of put a marriage together of the three of them. Bring in the provider, the doctor to do the treatments. We would build a surgical suite out in some of these locations, and then we would bring in the technology and do it on kind of a joint partnership, a revenue share. And it ended up being a really, really cool type of setup and really successful as we worked our way through like 600-700 different businesses throughout the United States. And in that pursuit, I had the opportunity to co-found another concept that was in kind of the marketing space. And we were involved with cosmetic dentists to a certain degree, and had the opportunity to consult and really get to know the business inside and out. And so as I moved on from some of those ventures, I took the business side with me on with the dentists, and here I am today.
Nice,
as
man.
I've been introduced to the concept and found my way into Dental Warranty, and here we are today. So that's
Very cool.
the fast forward.
Cool, man. Yeah. So, what is Dental Warranty? I mean, I'm sure that listeners are confident in what it is because the name is pretty obvious. But give us an overview of what you guys do.
Yeah. So, traditionally in dentistry, a lot that can go on with treatment, and so much stuff that's completely outside of the control of the dentist, right? And even to the patient to some degree. And so when stuff happens, when life happens, as we say, dentists always want happy patients. So they're usually kind of bending over backwards to make their patients happy, even when patients maybe don't take care of their oral health the way they should, or they have accidents, or just whatever can happen. And then dentists are doing things over again for free, and the way that they stand behind their work, as they should, by the way, ends up just being a pretty one-sided deal, and it certainly isn't a proactive tool to build the practice. And so a scenario exactly like this had happened several years ago, and a patient had spent a ton of money on their full mouth work, and they passed out actually in a movie theater. And,
wow.
So this guy comes to, and the first thing he thinks about are his teeth. It's like, oh my goodness, are they okay? And thankfully they were, but he had a ton of questions. And so went right back to his dentist and started firing away. It's like, what if this happens? What if that? Where do you draw the line? How do I know what you will and won't cover? And, great dentist always stood behind his work, and he says, don't worry, I'll take care of you. But what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right?
What does it mean?
So dental warranty was born between this dentist and his patient. And it's just a better way to stand behind your work. So there's just a much higher level of peace of mind and confidence with the patient up front, and it draws all the lines, all the expectations, because a good positive outcome is always a two-way street, and it lays that out and keeps the dentist from having to kind of play the bank in these scenarios, and
Totally.
And provides a way for the patient to be totally covered from life, no matter what happens, and it's coverage that follows them wherever they go. So we come in and we power the dentist's warranty in the practice and enable them to do it in a way that's way better for the patient and much better for the practice.
Yeah, no, I think that's awesome, man. I remember just this past weekend talking with you, and I thought it's just a genius idea. When I used to manage a dental lab, I wish the lab would have had some type of warranty like this to help, because as dentists out there listening, as you know, there's so many variables that can go wrong with a restoration or a treatment, whatever you're doing. There's so many things that can go wrong, and it's nice to have that surety of, if something does go wrong, we can have the patient, we can do what's right for the patient and help them get what they need out of it if something breaks or just doesn't work, right? So
absolutely. Well, and then up front, even before stuff happens, every good brand and product maker knows that being able to offer that type of a predictably positive experience is so valuable. And so we put things together in a way that brings that into the practice, into the dental practice, and having that up front just does a ton has a huge positive effect on the patient practice relationship, and adds to higher case acceptance. Everything goes on, and we'll kind of get into that, I'm sure, as we talk here.
Yeah, totally. So my next question for you here, Jared, is what are some of the benefits of setting up a dental warranty in a dental practice to both the patient and the practice?
So I touched on this a little bit. First and foremost, it's going to be a written promise up front that draws the expectations up ahead of time, to where the patient knows exactly how things are going to be handled and how they'll be taken care of should the unforeseen happen. Mm-hmm. And so right away from the get-go, we see higher case acceptance through this, which is
less risky
huge
for the patient. Like, oh, okay, if something goes wrong, I know that I'll be able to get this restoration done again, at no cost to the patient.
Absolutely. And then another great feature of that for the patient is what we call a follows your smile benefit. And that's where the coverage actually follows the patient wherever they go. So if they move away or travel, it's good with any dentist anywhere. So if you're on vacation, have an issue with a crown, you get it taken care of wherever you need to, and then we compensate that dentist to do it. So that ties directly into the practice. You're not out your materials and chair time and all that added costs to back your work. We pay the dentist their full fee to redo the treatment when the warranty needs to be redeemed. So that's a huge benefit to the practice. Patients totally comfortable, totally covered. There's a part of the program that encourages patients to come back for their scheduled hygiene, which is huge. that's a two-way street that I referred to. Patients got to do their part in keeping work in good order, right? So in order to keep their warranty active, they need to come back on the recommended schedule for hygiene. And
Very cool.
That becomes a great reinforcing tool for practices to use as they do recall and get in touch with patients to encourage them to make good, healthy decisions for their smile. So those are some of the main ones. There's also a revenue generating component in this too. So a healthy portion of the warranty proceeds, so when the patient purchases it from the practice, stays in the practice. It can be a pretty healthy added stream of revenue that just falls straight to your bottom line. So I wouldn't say that's the reason to partner with us, but that ends up being a nice cherry on top.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, right? Offer some benefits for both the patient and the business side of the practice. I always think that's awesome. So how does, if a practice wants to, set up a warranty, how does it work? I remember you showed me over the weekend some images and things of, so you guys split everything and the doctor can actually decide like what percentage of the warranty the patient pays. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. So dental warranty, we've got everything set up in a way where we know we need to be collecting enough to have reserve and be able to cover
it, yeah.
all these warranties, right? And then obviously profit some and keep the business open. But
of course,
anything above and beyond that percentage is up to the dentist. And so the typical setup is something like 12% of whatever the fee is of the treatment being covered, and then our fee is always 7%. So we take 7, and then in that case, the dentist would be left with that 5% spread, straight to the bottom line. And so whether or not the practice feels they just want to do 7% to the patient and not profit anything extra, that's up to them. And then for other practices that are maybe higher end and feel like it fits with their model, we have some that charge 15% and clear a larger amount from the warranty sales. So totally. It's totally up to the dentist what makes sense for their practice.
And so a patient can use this on any type of procedure, right? From the smallest and to the biggest types of procedures. Let's say if they're getting like a all-in-4 implant in their mouth, right? Can they use it on any type of treatment?
So it's offered on anything that can break or fail in the mouth. So yeah, from fillings to implants.
And it doesn't matter the cost of the treatment.
Correct. There's no max. Since it's based on a percentage, it's just whether or not the treatment itself is eligible. Anything that's a permanent type of treatment that's meant to last.
Yeah.
Mostly eligible for coverage.
Mostly like restorative care procedures, right? Or products that are placed into the mouth from night guards
and appliances.
So night guards, crowns, dentures, all-in-4 dentures, anything that's placed into the patient's mouth that is man-made can be covered under this.
Correct.
So cool. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You don't cover God-made stuff, right? The natural teeth.
Nope.
I'm just teasing out there. So yeah, very cool. No, I think this is an awesome system that you guys have developed out there. So what I want to know is, me being the membership guy for dental practices, how can a practice use a dental warranty or your services, the dental warranty, as a benefit in their in-house membership programs?
So one of the creative ways that we've brainstormed to do this is to give your members an option to have this coverage and make it available to them at a lower price point. So we talked a little bit about the flexibility in the practice to decide what percentage they want to charge their patients for their coverage. And so one idea is, as opposed to 12% for all patients, your members could have a reduced percentage. So maybe that's 10%, or maybe you're just passing it along as a benefit to also being a member, and just charging them the base cost of 7 to do this. And I think that makes perfect sense. It's complementary to what you're trying to achieve, and it really just takes the membership to a whole different level when combined with a good warranty program.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to agree with you. I think it's super awesome. I think I did an episode a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's been launched yet, but me and Kira Dent, she was there at the conference there, Jared. I don't know if you were able to meet her.
I did.
But Kira was on our show. She's a regular on our show. And we talked about how, like, as membership programs increase in popularity, that a lot of practices are doing the same things over and over again, and it may come to a point where they may compete with other practices that are offering membership programs that are like identical to their plans, right? Mm-hmm. So I think adding a dental warranty plan to your whole office is genius. Like I said before, when I used to manage my dad's dental lab in Salt Lake, I wish I would have had something like this partnered with the practices, because man, it would have been a lot easier when things happen, because they do happen, as you guys know out there. But I think in regards to a membership program, if you guys want to enhance that and make another value add to your patients, offer it to all your patients, but then give it a slight discount to the patients that are members of your practice. And I think you could really, it can be a key to help grow and influence patients to sign up for your membership programs. Plus, it's protecting you, the doctor, and giving your patient some peace of mind if anything goes wrong. This just is a no-brainer to me, Jared.
I would agree, and we're finding more and more dentists that are also agreeing, and just huge. The fun thing about this company and the concept, as I'm sure you're experiencing as well, is it's a total three-way win. It's a win for everyone involved.
That's why
that's
exactly
truly a win.
That's exactly why when I met you this last weekend, and you kind of told me your business model, it's exactly a win-win-win. And that's my mindset with membership programs. They're a win-win-win for practices and patients, or a win-win, right? We can say. Mm-hmm. But then you throw in like dental insurance, and most of the time it's a win, lose, right? In that scenario, so it's definitely a win-win-win for you guys, for the practice, and for the patient, right? And likewise with membership programs, I see the same thing. So that's exactly why when you and I were talking over the weekend, I was like, man, how come, well, I should say I have heard of you before, because my good friend Kevin White told me about you, right? So
that's right. Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, he's going to come on the show soon. Kevin used to work at Revenue Well, and he's going to be doing some awesome things coming here soon. So, but anyways, yeah, I've heard a lot about you guys from Kevin and from others just in the industry saying that I should meet you guys. So when we met face to face over the weekend, I'm like, holy cow, why haven't you been on my show before, Jared? So
I was thinking the same thing. I'm very glad we ran into each other.
Yeah, it was a great conference. But no, I'm dead serious when I say this. Every practice needs a dental warranty program and a system in the practice to offer the patients peace of mind, and to add another revenue stream and a retention system. Right? We all know that sometimes every practice, every business deals with attrition. No matter who you are or what you do, you always deal with attrition. And having tools in place like a membership program and a dental warranty are two tools that you can have in your back pocket to help not only attract patients, increase case acceptance, and to retain patients to your practice. It's a good deal in my mind there, Jared.
Absolutely agree. That's 100% true.
So what do you have any like case studies or anything that you're working with any of your existing client base that are using dental warranties? Just anything off the top of your head. I know this is kind of not a planned question, but
sure.
I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, I mean, across the board. I mean, we do have a few published ones, which we'd be happy to share with anyone that wants to see them, just to kind of take a look across the whole thing and how it works, like the type of practice, how many docs, type of collections, and and patient flow, and what that looks like when patients are offered enhanced coverage like this, what kind of acceptance you might expect as a percentage, and then the added revenue that could be generated. So typically what we see is just about half or more of your patients will accept this better coverage when given the opportunity.
Really?
So
wow.
That's our nationwide average. Correct. And so that ends up, again, doing a ton in terms of keeping them around, having them make good decisions to stick with their hygiene appointments, keeping their accounts current, and then just having more confidence overall as to the money that they're investing into their work. And so all of that compounds and adds to the revenue that the warranty generates alone.
Wow, 50% conversion on that. That's pretty cool. What about, so how do you guys track? So you mentioned that a patient, signs up for the warranty, but in order for them to receive the warranty, they have to be an active an active patient to the practice. How do you guys track like all that? Is that done just through like the practice management software, or does a patient have to submit that they've been to the dentist? How does that work?
Yeah, so we deal primarily with the dentist again. So we're powering their warranty. So it's still theirs. It's between them and the patient, and we provide the practice with tools to do it this way. So there's a portal that they have access to. Where when patients are accepted, and we train practices, by the way, I should rewind a little bit first on how to properly present this, and it's put directly on the treatment plan right alongside with the stuff it's covering, and so when a
just
patient
like when you're checking
that,
out like Best Buy and buying a TV and they're like, hey, they upsell you. They add it to the thing. Like, do you want to add a warranty?
So that's probably, and I'm going to poke fun at you right now.
Go ahead.
That might be the worst way to present it.
Okay.
But conceptually, you're on target. So it's done during treatment presentation. And again, we have this nailed down, the right way to do it, where it's going to build the confidence, build the value for the patient and practice the way it should, the way it's designed. And it's got to be done early in the conversation. So it's right when you're talking about the treatment that's needed, and you roll it right into the financial discussion that, the total is X, Y, Z, and that includes your 5-year coverage. And so it's all about building value.
You just assume you just assume that it's going to assume the sell is what we say.
Well, right. It becomes it's a part of your standard of care. It's a part of your offering.
Exactly.
It's not a hard sell. And that's the one thing we want to be really clear about.
Yeah.
Is that it is absolutely not. It doesn't have to be. The task for the practice is to use very, very simple verbiage in their own voice, of course, wrapped into the way they present treatment. And if it's done at the right time, and the way we encourage and coach to do it, you'll hit those acceptance numbers. You don't have to chase patients hard for it
Doesn't
at
sound
all.
like it, no. It's not like...
And by the way...
Go ahead.
By the way, elect for the extended coverage, it still holds a really important role in the... So it again draws the expectation. It draws the lines, right? So that if then later... patient does something silly and has an issue, they're not coming back to you and expecting that because you've already drawn those lines.
Totally, yeah. It does, like your example in the beginning, what does this cover? Like, I stand behind my work, what a traditional dentist will say, right? I stand behind all my work. So what does that mean? But with a warranty, that clears it up, draws the lines, and gives some parameters to what that means.
Exactly. So a little bit more on subject to your original question here. So the patients accept this, and then the practice registers it on the portal. That's how we collect our percentage. Then since the practice collected it up front from the patient, they're left with whatever spread is there, depending on how they set it up. And then the claims process also happens in that same portal. So we collect basic stuff that is done in the course of treatment. So post-op images, clinical notes, ledger, just due diligence so that we know that what's being said is what actually happened.
Totally.
And in that, we're going to ask for their last prophy date or their last hygiene visit date. And so these are just very easy stopgaps for us just to validate that they're keeping up with their end of the deal. And most of these are designed in a way to help the practice. So we aren't looking for ways to deny claims per se.
You're not an insurance company, is that what you're saying?
not at all.
PPO?
And so, exactly, we're very much in partnership with these practices. We don't win until they win, and that's exactly how our model is drawn up. So we're vested in this together. We dedicate people on our team to partner with practices and their teams to get this right so that it does what it's supposed to do for everybody. And it ends up being a really good thing. So
yeah, it definitely sounds like a really good deal for practices to do. And you guys, where are you guys based out of again? It's Texas, right?
Correct. Yep. So just outside of Dallas in Irving, Texas.
Awesome. Very cool. And I was thinking as you were speaking earlier about my example of the Best Buy, right, or the Walmart. You're right. You probably don't want to just say, "Hey, do you want to buy a warranty for this crown?" Like the guys at Best Buy, right?
Have much luck.
Because most of the time when somebody buying something at mainly an electronics store, right, like Best Buy, they say in the most boring voice ever is, "Do you want to add a warranty? Do you want to add $100 warranty to this plan or whatever it's called, right? Whatever they're selling." And most likely, I'll say no, but it's how they present it, right? So the same thing will go with in the practice. I like how you kind of bake it into the products, right? The services. Yeah, this is included, your 5-year warranty for this crown patient, right? So I think that's definitely a better way to approach it than my Best Buy example.
Do you want a short snippet of the verbiage? I can give you like a real life kind of quick run through.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So real quick, I mean, it'd be something similar to, "Hey, Mr. Patient, this is the crown that Dr. Jordan recommends.
Dr.
He does
Jordan.
a phenomenal job. Uses great labs, materials. We predict it to last a really long time. In fact, we back all of its treatment with a nationwide no-fault coverage for 5 years. So no matter what, you come back in, we'll take care of you free of charge. Here's your total fee today. That includes your coverage." So it's very much built into elevating the standard up front, and then just saying, "Hey, this is peace of mind if you're interested."
Yeah, totally. Love it. No, that's definitely way better than what Best Buy does to me. Yeah. So, and that goes for anything, though. Anything in the treatment room, right, when a practice is talking to a patient about anything, you don't want to treat it like the guy at Best Buy who just doesn't do it right? Doesn't present anything right? And I think how you mentioned, you mentioned all the benefits of what that's going to be. For 5 years, you're going to get, if anything breaks, we'll cover it at no cost to you. I think that's golden right there, man.
Absolutely.
Cool. So I think any other closing thoughts here, Jared, as we're wrapping some stuff up here?
I think of what you guys are doing with the membership program and the software, and just kind of seeing an end-to-end look at dentistry today and the challenges that practices are facing, especially in private practice. And I could not think of a more powerful solution than to get a good membership program going. That is one that's sustainable, and it's one that's going to help a practice drive business into the future and continue to maintain and grow a patient base where otherwise it's looking a little more fuzzy and bleak. So no, I think what you're doing is paramount. And I would even go so far to say as critical that practices figure out a way to do this. And it just so happens that you are making that very easy for practices to do.
I appreciate the kind words, man. Yeah. Well, I say the same thing. If any of you guys out there that are users of our software, our team's more than happy to help show you how to add a dental warranty in our software. And I would highly recommend you reach out to Jared and his team and have them show you how their program works in your office and how it can really help you. So, Jared, what's you guys have a website?
We do, and actually, here's what I would suggest, and something I'll kind of throw out there as just a free thing that I hope folks will take us up on is drop us an email, and in the subject line, put Boom Cloud.
Yeah,
and if you'll do that, send it to answers@dw-corp.com. So that's answers@dw-corp.com, and subject line Boom Cloud. And what we'll do is we'll set up a free consultation for you, just to hear you out in terms of what you're already doing to back your work in the practice. So what is your warranty right now? And offer you any types of tips, advice, things to look out for, stuff that you should be doing, whether or not you're going to partner with Dental Warranty to kind of take it to the next level. We're interested in helping and pointing out a few things that you ought to be paying attention to. And we'd love to do that. So drop us that email, and we'll set up that time, and hopefully either come out as partners, or hopefully you'll be a little bit better off in terms of how you're approaching your warranty in the practice, and it could be a good scenario.
Very cool, man. Yeah, so take that offer up, everybody listening. I think these guys are doing some pretty cool things in the industry. So, Jared, man, thanks again for coming on our show. Looking forward to doing some awesome things with you in regards to some joint marketing and some education that you and I are planning. So, all you listeners out there, we'll be releasing some future educational content on this. So, everybody listening, have a wonderful day, and I hope it's warmer where you're at than where I'm at here in Utah. Jared, you're probably nice where you're at in Arizona. Or are you in Arizona? No, Vegas.
Vegas,
right
and it's actually dropped. It's windy, and it's like 60 degrees.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to live on the beach somewhere. I don't know why I live here in Utah. So. Anyway,
Amen.
Yeah, dude. Anyways, thanks again for coming on our show.
Hey, thanks a bunch, Jordan.
All right, rock and roll.
Take care.